Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirt Grease Outdoor Peace. We got another interesting video for you today. We're at a friend's shop and he's a drag racer. Drag racer is a hobby. This is his 78 Camaro. He also has this 68 Corvette. He has the engine built by a engine builder. He runs a special class that they have to have certain stock type configuration, right?
Super stock.
Yeah. So they have to have certain stock type configuration on the car. It is a race engine though. I think, what is it, dyno? 500
modified stock.
Yeah.
305.
Yeah, it's a 305 cubic inch. It's
makes over 500 horse.
Yeah, about 500 horse. The guy, now this is a new motor that was dynoed before he sent it here. But my dad does the valve adjustment for him periodically, and just tries to, and it's a really specific procedure on setting the valves, and they also measure valve spring pressure. So they do the adjustment and they measure the valve springs, and they chart all of this, and they have to stay in communication with the engine builder to make sure the engine is operating right and stays in spec. So it's pretty, I don't know how you want to say it, pretty technical as far as maintaining it and keeping that peak performance, bro.
And he's getting ready, this preparation here is getting ready to race the Gainesville.
Yeah. He's going to Gainesville the end of February, so he's getting everything ready. He sent his other motor out. This is the motor that he must have had this motor as a spare, and they just got this put in. So what we want to show you especially is a project that him and my dad worked on. They had to, because of the center link.
The center link was interfering with the bracket that holds the sensor to the crank trigger.
Yeah, so they had to modify the crank trigger.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to show you.
This bracket here, this bracket, the red bracket, was too long, and it was interfering with this center link. This is after it was all dynoed. This sensor was in a different location, and so was this sprocket.
Well, as you could probably tell from the cross member, everything in this car is modified a certain way. The engine is back further and lower, so it's actually a chassis that somebody built for this. But so the crank trigger on this newer engine was hitting this center link, so they had to modify this. And
so what we did was we got the thing, we set the degreed balancer and the pointer at 38 degrees before top dead center. This is what the engine builder required, and we had to remove the sensor, cut the bracket off, put the sensor back on. We had to take this sprocket off and reload. We had to turn it so that one of the magnets was real close to the sensor, and I used a tape measure to locate the sprocket and the sensor and get it back real close. We're getting ready to start the thing and give it a final check, timing check. So this is the objective.
yeah, and you can see some of the components on this engine. I mean,
showed the degreed balancer, man. Yeah. See all that stuff.
It's a fluid damper. Well, is it a fluid damper? Super damper. Yeah.
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah. Super damper. ATI super damper. So this is a crank trigger ignition that works with a computer and a I don't think there's anything in the distributor but a rotor to distribute the spark, and everything else is done through a computer. So we'll just show you some stuff underneath, then we're gonna get ready to start it. You can see some of the suspension components in here. They've got travel limiters for the front, special struts.
It's a 305 and it runs in the low 10s.
Yeah.
An NHRA. And then the initial start. This is the initial start after moving the sensor and modifying the bracket. And yeah, moving the sprocket, sensor, and trying to be correct with our measurements. I was gonna say, are you running now, man?
Yeah. Say what?
I won't say anything.
Say what?
Can you look in that carburetor pan or not?
Is the pump still on?
I see something.
You see gas, man? Pump it, Chuck. Chuck, pump it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we ran it and checked the timing, and the timing was a little bit too far ahead. It was actually showing about 42 degrees, so we're gonna try to, we made a reference mark on where the pickup was, and now we're gonna retard the timing a little bit. See the mark on that, short, pencil short. Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah, about a 3/16 to a quarter.
Yeah, we're shooting for 38 degrees and it was at 44.
42, 44, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
we're gonna fire it back up and check it again.
why is it shutting off? Huh?
Fuel pump.
Actually, what's that? Actually, is he really? Yeah, right at Indiana, Kentucky line. So he's Kentucky. But Indiana. He has a dynamo now.
I just want to add that in no way do I claim to be the authority on this crank trigger ignition. But I understand it. I got out of the service when I was in 1972, and ever since I've been working on circle track, late model cadets, sportsmen, super lates,
Drag cars,
drag cars, all kinds,
street cars,
street cars,
you name it. Boats,
boats.
everything.
So my fingers have been in it for all these years, and I still get a kick out of working on this stuff, and especially this high quality modern stuff. It gives me a chance to keep up on it.
Yeah, and what was the, you were gonna make a point about the crank, something about the crank trigger or something? Or?
Well, I just wanted to say I wasn't an
Oh,
authority on
no.
it, but I can follow instructions. And the engine builder, we're in southwestern New York, small town, and the engine builder is in Kentucky, and he gave us instructions as far as timing it, and it worked out great.
Well, he doesn't, yeah, you don't claim to be an authority, but you've been doing this for, what, 50 some years, and you understand the mechanics.
That's the key.
You understand
Understanding
what's
the
going
mechanics
on.
of it all, especially when it comes to adjusting valves and stuff. I know what one valve is doing by looking at the other valve.
Right. Yeah, you've degreed cams before just by knowing the sequence.
So Chuck is ready, other than packing his trailer and all that, for here it is New Year's Eve. And in end of February, he's going to be heading to Gainesville, Florida, and see if he can't knock him dead down in Florida. Hope he does.
Yeah. Well, thanks for this, another different video for us. I hope everybody enjoyed what we're doing. Yeah, another video with my dad. And now you get to see some of his specialty and some of what he's done over these years that maybe while he was working in the machine shop, pulling in 9 to 5 or a 8 to 4 income, this was some of the work he was doing at home to make extra money and to make ends meet and to make some of his hobbies at home come true. So this is, you know, this is his passion and his background and what he's known for a long time, and he's, yeah, he doesn't claim to be an authority, but he is. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what's going on inside these engines. And
I was a jet fighter crew chief in the service for 4 years, and I've always been interested in the engines, and it was just destiny that I got into this. But the factory job paid the bills. My mad money came from working on engines and working in racing and stuff like that, and I raised my kids with it. So
yeah, so that's another one wrapped up. Thanks for being here. If you liked the video, click like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Thank you very much.